So hello, beautiful Starlight Tribe, and welcome to Magic Month of October. For those of you that have not met me before, my name is Karila and I'm from the Starlight Temple. And Starlight Temple is a company that runs all sorts of courses and workshops and events that are about helping people become more empowered using channeled and spiritual tools to live more of your truth and more of your destiny and serve the ascension of Gaia. And I would be very, very, very grateful to those of you listening live if you can let me know that you can hear and see. Brilliant. Claire's already on it. Thank you, Claire. Lovely to see those of you that I recognize and know, and new people as well. Magic Month is an energy forecast webinar. So I'm just going to try and move it into a better light position. I am currently between houses, so in a hotel room. Magic Month is an energy forecast webinar that gives you an energetic forecast for the month ahead that combines astrology, channeled guidance, what's going on in nature, all sorts of things, so that you have an idea of what the cosmos on the earth are doing in terms of energy and ascension, and use that information to know the best times to manifest, the best times to heal, to understand the kind of currents and forces and the effect that they might have on you, so that you can be in alignment with all that is happening and work with it and use it to better your path and your month and your life. And as always, I will say that I love my webinars to be co-creative. So please use the chat box to, if you're listening live, to bring your own guidance, your own insights, to ask your own questions, to co-create this webinar with me. Just getting some cards. Sorry, there we go. And, I am really, really, really excited about Magic Month of October. Everything in 2020 is exciting. Even if it is challenging, it's certainly not a boring year. And October is set to be another powerful and exciting month in our ascension process that this year is gifting us. I'm glad you're happy to be back. So lovely seeing an autumn blessings, and hi everyone. And so that is Magic Month. And I'm going to begin by saying, please do co-create this webinar with me. One of the things that I am personally having understanding about is that the medicine, the solution, the answer is in community. And that community, one of the kind of big, and this is the answer, I believe, to so many of the problems that we are witnessing and seeing and living through this year, on so many levels. And I believe that part of our ascension at this time is to simply just live with more community. And community can happen online, it can happen in person. Simply holding that intention will begin to create it, will begin to manifest it. And so I invite you all to co-create this webinar and be in community with me tonight, because there is so much medicine in community, and so many problems that we are seeing in the world can be solved and resolved by community. One of the kind of big revelations I had was I was thinking about, the kind of crisis of overproduction that we are seeing. And I was suddenly like, that's because at the moment, every household has a bag of sugar. What? Every household does not need a bag of sugar. This overproduction, this strain on our resources is because really what should be happening is a few people in the community should have a bag of sugar and it should be shared. And it's obviously not just about sugar, but, so many problems can be solved by community. And community, so many of the challenges we're facing can be made easier by community. And so I encourage you to live it in every opportunity you have, even when that is online. And yeah, exactly. Every household does not need a lawnmower. Every household, what we need is community sharing and supporting each other. And actually, if communities were looking after each other, then corrupt industries and governments wouldn't have the room to come in and impose things that are wrong for the planet, or wrong for our children, or wrong for us as a community. And so there is so much there. And that is what I wanted to begin Magic Month with, because it's certainly the personal trip that I am on. Next, I want to begin with a meditation. And so this meditation will prepare your energy body for the activation that is happening at the end of this transmission. And closing your eyes. And feeling the muscles around your eyes relaxing. And as the muscles around your eyes relax, feel your attention coming to your out breath. And allow your out breath to lead cascades of relaxation, of letting go, really becoming aware of any tension or holding in your body, and allowing your attention to create spaciousness in any points of tension, so that you become more spacious. so that you sigh into the moment as a column of light from the center of the universe pours into your energy gently and consistently, raising your vibration as this light travels down through you into the heart of Mother Earth and bounces off the heart of Mother Earth and travels back up through you into the heart of the universe, and in this two-way flow of love and light, feel your auras expanding in all directions, being sealed from top to bottom in white and golden light, and surrounded by violet, electric blue, silver and golden dancing temple fires, so that any energy released from any direction can be instantly transmuted into love and light and sent wherever it is in the highest good for it to go. As you open your hearts to Mother Earth, feel a grounding cord of energy going down from your bellies into the iron core, heart center of the Great Mother, healing the iron in your blood, energetically being kissed by the iron vibration at the heart of the earth, so that you are heart to heart with Mother Gaia. The other side, the other holding and safety of the Great Mother's gravitational love for you. Feel the belonging and belovedness that comes with allowing yourself to be held. And noticing all that you are expanding. Noticing your heart opening, expanding into the one heart, where you feel your heart beating with the heartbeat of the earth. You feel your heart beating with the heartbeat of Source. You feel your heart beating with all hearts on earth and all hearts in spirit. You feel unconditional love flowing to, through, from and around you. Choosing to experience this unconditional love flowing to, flowing through, flowing from, and flowing around you. And as a chamber of light from the Palladian Star Council, made of 3 crystalline frequencies, activates around you now. We say to you, that from this day until the 21st of December 2020, the voltage of ascension light energies will be increasing daily. This has been granted. Permission has been given for these ascension energies to increase. And these blasts of light that are being transmitted to you to help prepare you for the pivotal ascension moment on the solstice. Are going to have an impact on your physical bodies. We ask you to, as part of your daily practices, have more spaciousness, more time to relax, to breathe, to allow your bodies to unwind. From the tensions that this increase in voltage naturally create. We invite you to detox and purify so that your bodies do not have to enforce this. And we invite you to set the intention every day to stay in a high vibration. And we will give more guidance on this. We invite you to make your vibration, which is your sense of well-being, your priority and step away from drama. Tune out of collective drama unless you are inspired to help from a place of empowerment. We invite you to be in joy as often as possible. For joy is how the most growth is able to happen. Is it not so that when children are growing the most, they are experiencing the most joy? And we say that this time is a time of creating vibrational growth by being in joy, by enjoying the simple pleasures of life as often as possible. I'm feeling a heat from the light chamber, a threefold heat from this light chamber. Almost like an infrared heat, already preparing your energy body for the activation that is coming after the forecast. And when you are ready, opening your hearts, opening your eyes, and coming into the room. So I would love to hear from you all about how you are feeling after that opening meditation. It's very rare for my guides to bring in a message at this point in my June month. But my feeling is why they've brought that in is because the first thing to say, and I am happy to share the interview where I got this guidance from, which wasn't from my guides, but it's been confirmed by my guides and other channels that I know, is that really, 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 the 21st of December 2020 is a very pivotal moment in our ascension process. I will share on Starlight Temple's Facebook group, which I will put the link up to, the interview where the Aboriginal, which is about messages from the Aboriginal elders, where they are saying that actually, there isn't any time left now. The activation they're going to do on the 21st of December is really the moment where either we have apocalypse or we have ascension. And in order to have ascension, enough of us need to be in a high vibration. And I appreciate that with everything going on in the world, it's almost like, whoa, how do I be in a high vibration? Whereas where I've got to personally is just like, you know what? It's actually a case of how can we not be? In the sense of it's gotta become our priority. Why are we making attachments to a system that is clearly collapsing our priority? If a job or a part of the old system is making you unhappy, it's collapsing now, it's not even going to keep you safe, just let it go. If somebody is giving you drama, walk away from them. And if they love you, they will come back and respect you in the way. But it's like time to get this, get courageous, make your well-being and your vibration your priority, because we have gone into kind of code red now of what is needed. And just for these few months, just until December 21st, put your own personal self aside, and yet put yourself first. Like, put your drama and your stories aside and go, do you know what? I'll do whatever it takes to be in a high vibration. I'll do whatever it takes to be in joy. I'll do whatever it takes to have a simple life, to be calm. And yes, Jade, I felt loads of emotion. Thank you for everything everyone is saying. I felt like that opening activation and message was so big. And I felt emotion, and there is going to be emotion. Nobody is saying don't have emotion. We are meant to be emotional. We are grieving the Piscean age. And there's so much completion happening that there is going to be emotion, but it's like, be in joy in that emotion, be in the two-way flow of grief and celebration, in the reverence of all that is happening, rather than the theatre of it, the drama of it. And I feel like all of that is going to amplify in October. So October is book ended, but it's got 2 full moons. It hasn't got one. And that means that October is all about completion and about lunar magic, which is about reflection, also celebration, visibility of truth, changing gracefully. You know, the moon teaches us to change, to not fear change, to trust in the constant of change. And of course, connection. And what we do this month, you know, November and December are really, really big months. October is our month to go, right, I'm living it. I'm living the high vibration. I'm living this commitment to being a frequency keeper for this time. And beautiful that you are grateful to be here every day. Gratitude is such an amazing, amazing thing. And it's been an amazing year, and yet there has been so much trauma and healing. But one of the most beautiful kind of realizations I had was like, of course this is hard. You know, we're now living 2 ages. We're living the collapse of Pisces and the birth of Aquaria. But you know, the age of Pisces was 26,000 years. Ages are that long. And so it is very, very rare to get to live a lifetime where you get to have 2 ages kissing inside of you. And so there is always so much to celebrate. Like, wow, I get to experience the world through the lens of Pisces and Aquaria. And that's really amazing. That's really, really amazing. And it's really beginning today. So I'm diverting. I must get on with, with the forecast. So the reason I wanted to do Magic Month today is because today Saturn goes direct after being in retrograde. And Saturn, those of you that have watched Magic Month will know, has been the big player all 2020. Saturn's energy. Saturn is the planet of karma, law, and order. And everything Saturn has been doing this year, the other planets it's been meeting, it's just been causing the shake-ups. And why Saturn going direct is important is some of the things that have maybe felt completely upheaved all summer are now going to start to come into order. But also this is the last part of Saturn being in Capricorn. It's the final act of Saturn in Capricorn, and Saturn has been in Capricorn for 3 years since for nearly 3 years. And these are the last months. Saturn moves out of Capricorn on December 17th, just before that solstice. And Saturn in Capricorn, it's about, so when I was tuning in about it, Capricorn is a kind of, it's the goat. It's about the uphill struggle. It's about where you have struggle in your life and how you overcome it. And at the same time, how you kind of, when it's combined with Saturn, it's kind of like how you misuse power and boundaries and allow that struggle to overpower you. And it's only now that I am seeing that this Saturn in Capricorn journey has really been bringing up the karma, the law, the order of our personal struggle. And, it's coming up so fiercely on the collective now, where we give our power away, where we struggle to know our truth, all of that. And for me, when I think back to 2017 and the journey that I have been on, suddenly around this time that Saturn is going direct, I am like, wow, that journey, for me, it's been one of the biggest struggles of my life, has been a sense of home and belonging. And that journey, since around that time of end of 2017, has been happening. And I have lived it from all angles, and I have lived every version of that struggle, and I have lived the story of it and the power of it and all sorts of things. And now finally the results of all of that healing work and reordering and karmic completion are starting to fall into place. And so I really invite you to think about what is showing up in your life now and the journey you have been on, especially in terms of where you have struggled, so that for your vibrational change, you can choose to not be in that struggle. For example, me and this home wound, it's like I can feel myself still going into the habit of it, but I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to radiate a different truth, to vibrate a different truth that isn't in that sense of struggle. And struggle, my guys were saying, is when two parts of you are in conflict. So what two parts of you have been in conflict since December 2017? And that is how you will create true vibrational shift, is by recognizing where that struggle has been honoring the healing happen that has been forced through Saturn being in Capricorn. And then choosing a different vibration, a different sense, a different wholeness in yourself. And a lot of it is about boundaries, or, like I said, Capricorn's themes, they include ambition, governments, traditions, rules, the father wound boundaries, preparation, planning. And so really Saturn coming out of retrograde, where it's all happening on the inner. It's about putting it into the outer now, but about vibrating it into the outer. So in the case of like my womb journey, it was very much about kind of half having a home, half belonging. And now I have to vibrate the wholeness of home. And that really brings us into October. And on the 1st of October, so literally when I say the moons bookend this month, the 1st of the month is the full moon in Aries. Aries is like this leadership energy. You can expect kind of impulsiveness, instability, but also an energy of like, step up into this responsibility, step up into this. You know what, I'm here to serve the planet, and I'm going to serve the planet by being beyond the stories that are happening, by living these spiritual things I have been studying and learning. There's also a sense of like the fiery chapters of that Capricorn Saturn karmic struggle, purge, potentially coming to completion if you step up into leadership this full moon. Powerful time to make commitments. Powerful time to say to the universe, do you know what, I marry my path, or I marry the earth, or I am of service. And then straight after that, Venus enters Virgo. And so it's like, yes, step up into your fire, step up into your leadership, step up into your chariot, and then remember to come through your heart. And then remember to return to the heart. And then, so soon after Saturn goes direct, Pluto, which is the planet of death, rebirth, transformation, shadow, on the 3rd of October, also goes direct in Capricorn. And so, the fact that Pluto has been death and rebirthing, in my opinion, the Piscean Capricorn themes within yourself, at the same time that Saturn has been, bringing up the karma and the chaos and the order of it, you will really start to feel a forward motion in change. That kind of death and rebirth coming to life within you and within who you are. And that means be ready for change. And I had this amazing realization. Everybody I've spoken to, and sorry to those of you that are listening in the Southern Hemisphere, but over here in the Northern Hemisphere, everybody, and especially in England, everyone is like, the winter is coming. It is like Game of Thrones. Everyone's like, the winter is coming. I'm so scared of the winter. I could cope with lockdown and all of this in the summer and the spring, but the winter, I can't bear the thought of it in the winter. And the amazing realization that I had was, I was like, wait a minute, all the big planets have been retrograding in the summer. The shadow, the inner work, the inner healing, that has been happening in the summer, not in the winter. And I was like, to a degree, our bodies and our outer needs to honor the winter. Like our bodies need more rest, and things like that. What if our inner is actually meant to honor the summer? What if that is the way to cope with the winter? What if the way we balance in the winter is to be the sun that we have been absorbing all summer? What if the winter is actually about our time to radiate and shine and be the sun? And it's not about going into more shadow, and it's not about going into all of that inner stuff, but actually it's about radiating what we've learned, what we've absorbed from the sun all summer, and living it. And maybe the inner world and the outer world do the opposite, so there is always balance. And actually, in terms of that beautiful realization, and because there is, it's so important that we stay high vibrational. My guides are offering this whole free thing during October, which is about embracing the summer, it's about embracing the winter and becoming the sun. And that's going to be free. It's going to be on the Starlight Temple page. You can join, you can click the link that I've just put up, and it will open in another tab. And it's like all different things on how to kind of learn to be the sun. And do that balancing, and it's going to come through as guidance, and it certainly feels like, at the moment I'm like, every year is so different, but this year that feels essential, and it feels like Saturn and Pluto are delivering us into that, and the moon in her amazing reflective magical portal of October is inviting us to come into that. And Pluto has been bringing up the shadow of the shadows of Capricorn, which is like the misuse of authority, the misuse of power, the mistrust in power, and oh my God, we are seeing this on such a collective level, and it's purging. And the other kind of piece of advice I really want to give you is, and this came through a one-to-one, but I just love it. I love it. It was a one-to-one where suddenly like the mushroom kingdom came in, and they were like, look, do not do what, those bracelets, what would Jesus do? They were like, that's not right for this time. You should be asking, what would mushrooms do? And what mushrooms would do is stay in community, stay close to the energy of the earth, keep close to the earth. She will protect you when everything else is collapsing, and come up in communities and go back down, and keep grounded and held by the earth as much as possible. In terms of when there's misuse of authority and power and things happening. And then on October 14th, what we've got in the middle of this kind of lunar portal, where I really feel like the lunar energy is going to be the biggest theme. There's going to be a lot of reflection on the past, a lot of opportunity to reflect on Pisces and grieve Pisces in lots of ways. and which definitely it deserves to be grieved. And like I said, lots of kind of emotional grief and celebration, illuminated change, and deep feminine magic in October, just because of those 2 full moons. And so right in the middle of it, October 14th, Mercury goes retrograde. And whenever Mercury goes retrograde, it's about connecting inwards. And, you know, this, one of the astrologers said of this Mercury retrograde, because Mercury is all about kind of connection. So often things kind of break down, like the internet breaks down and stuff like that. And it's because it's not about outer connection, it's about inner connection. And one of the astrologers I read said it's about karmic nostalgia. And Pisces deserves to be grieved. It was such a glorious age. And of course, we're at this point where we're outgrowing it, and it feels tight and annoying, and all of these things. But how you truly let something go is to grieve it. And you know, one of the things that we have to grieve, which my guide said so poignantly, is the protection of separation. We got away with so much because we were separated. And the reason your bodies are now feeling these voltages, and you know, you're feeling the effects of toxins and everything so much more, is because we're becoming less separated. And so everything is having a greater impact because it's coming into the flow of Aquaria and the interconnectedness of Aquaria. And so we've got to grieve that protection of separation. And I feel like this Mercury retrograde is giving us this opportunity. Straight after that is the new moon in Libra. And what's nice is, you know, the first half of October feels very, very kind of purgy and emotional and completion-y and grievy. And then we have this lovely Libra energy coming in that is, of course, all about balance, right in the middle of the month, right in between these 2 full moons. And, you know, Libra's around learning to make peace. Almost, as I'm saying this, it's like, okay, that feels like one of those moments we can just surrender to, you know, wishing the world was like it was in 2019, and almost just make peace and presence with what is happening, establishing more order and balance in our lives to counter the chaos. And the other thing I feel like it's really worth connecting in the new moon is, because it's a new moon that's very much about beginnings, is the values of Aquaria. I don't know if any of you are having this, but I am having this thing where I'm suddenly like, what I value, what I care about, I can feel it changing in me. Suddenly things like community and things that were kind of important to me in theory, they are now absolutely, I am not having them in my life. And I can feel that these Piscean values are fading and these Aquarian values are coming in. So it's a really powerful time to get into the Aquarian values. And then Mercury, actually, the retrograde, moves into Libra. So it becomes more like harmonious nostalgia. And what I feel is, it's like, as we kind of grieving Pisces, we're harmonizing. It's a very beautiful retrograde of harmonizing into what we want to carry from Pisces into Aquaria, and into really becoming these values, putting them in order, putting them into the right balance and center in our lives. And then, like I said, really holding that vibration, especially high in the second part of the month. And then you know, the October 31st, the Halloween full moon, with the sun in Scorpio, which is all about life, death, transformation, opposite Uranus, which is about revolution, in Taurus, the revolution that is happening on Earth. It feels like that is like one of the first big, like, okay, everything that has been happening in 2020 to get us to the 21st of December, this feels like a bang moment, like maybe I want to say aftershock, but a pre-shock before the 21st. It's a time to complete, to tie up loose ends. The fact that it's happening on Samhain, which is Halloween, which is, you know, when the veils are the thinnest, it's about coming into full connectivity, like moving out of that, separation and all it was giving you, and into that connection. And it's also the beginning of winter, which in the pagan calendar was the beginning of the year. You know, we're crazy to think the year begins with spring. Of course, the year begins. Of course, the beginning point is the thinnest point, is the barest, most naked, smallest point. And so that feels like, whoa, the whatever the 21st of December is bringing in, the beginning is that October 31st full moon, illuminated, light, full completion, reflected, connected, the time where spirit and earth are most interconnected with each other. It's incredible. And basically the October is a portaling, and it's the beginning of winter. And actually what I've been saying all year, because of my guides, is that what we need is the medicines of winter, because we need purification and resilience and immunity and community and all of these things. And now, for the Northern Hemisphere, it's here. And so this is an amazing about that values, Claire. That's absolutely amazing. And so this is October. And doesn't it feel bright and exciting? And when you actually think about it, doesn't it feel like, whoa, yeah, okay, I'm ready, I'm doing it. And like, I want to give you some guidance on keeping your vibration high. The first and most important thing is you're really listening to your bodies. Notice where your bodies are tense, notice where they are holding tension, and release that tension. Should be a morning and an evening practice. You also should be drinking more water and detoxifying. And you know what toxins you need to be letting go of. It's different for each of you. The body at this point is really, really important. The other thing you can do is really connect to the organs filling with sunlight energy. So when you open your chakras, let the light into your organs. And the guides are going to explain why this is so important, but it is just a visualization. And they're also going to explain the easiest way for your vibration to stay high. But before, they're going to do that during the light frequency activation, which is happening for Saturn going direct, which is happening now. But before we move on to those things, And there's two things that I really want to tell you about. So the first one is that one of the things Starlight is offering, our two most sunlight courses, our two most yang courses this winter, or this part in the run up to December. The first one starts on the 1st of October, and it is the Make Your Home a Temple house clearing course. What this course does, it is a channeled process that I have done for years on my own houses. And what it does is it actually opens the entrance and exit portal in your home. Every home has them. It's just that because we don't look after them, they become blocked. And when they become blocked, essentially the energy in your home becomes stagnant. And eventually that has all sorts of other energetic problems on the home. So your home doesn't breathe. Your home doesn't have prana, it doesn't have life force, energy running through it like it should. And this, honestly, is one of the channeled practices or channeled gifts that changed my life. This process, your home, when it breathes with Gaia's energy. That feeling of being that nature does for you when you're like, the reason everyone's scared of winter is because they're going to be spending less time in nature. If your home is cleared, you will feel that energy in your home. What nature does for you can happen through your home. Gaia's energy can flow through your home. And it is undeniable. You can feel it, and everyone you live with will feel it. It is undeniable what this process does. It's so sacred. I really believe that we would live in a much better world if everybody had their homes cleared, because I think so much struggle is coming from the fact that we're sitting, we're living, sleeping, eating, healing in stagnant energy. Imagine if we were doing that in stagnant water. Imagine what effect that would have on our physical bodies. Imagine what the effect of stagnant energy is having on our vibration. And there's so many beautiful things in this course. It is actually a training, so you can go on and actually do house clearing as a service. It is sacred and magical and beautiful, and one of the best ways to raise your vibration, because of course, if you are living in a live energy, in Gaia's energy, in perfect flow, and your home is a sacred site, which is basically Gaia's life force energy being able to flow. That's what all sacred sites are for. Of course, your vibration, your manifesting, everything is going to be much higher, much better. And so that course starts on the 1st of October. It's the last time I'm running it in 2020. And normally the course is £400. And this year I've been guided, because people are spending so much time in their home, to do it for a much cheaper lockdown 2020 being at home price. And so that is happening. If you want to know more about it, click the find out more button, and it will open in another tab and you can find out about it. But I really think it is, put it this way, I would never move into a house and not do it. It's the first thing I do before I do furniture. The first thing I do is clean my house, because I do not want to live in stagnant energy, because my path cannot fulfill its potential unless I am living in a sacred site. Because my house serves my path over and over and over again. and I don't want to do all of the work. And what your house then does is bring in energy, clear energy, make everything perfect. And it's just, yeah, I really, really strongly recommend it. Especially if you're like, I want to raise my vibration quickly. It will make such a difference. The other thing I want to tell you guys about is the other course that Starlight is running, which actually gave me the insight about, oh my God, we've got to be the sun in the winter, is the course in channeling and connection. I have never, in all the years of doing Starlight, run the course in channeling and connection twice in 1 year, because it's epic for me. Because everybody that's on that course is held in my energy, and there's so much one-to-one attention, and like I've just never, it's like a rebirth, that course. And it was run at the start of 2020, and literally my guides have been like, the channeling course is going to be on again, it needs to be on again. The intentions for the course need to be set on the 31st, on the full moon of October. It's going to be on again, and I have been ignoring them and going, no way. And literally every time I think about it, the signs and synchronicity for this course has gone nuts. And so eventually I surrendered, and I was like, okay, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. And since surrendering to it, I am just like, absolutely, the thing people can do to help themselves the most at this time is learn how to journal. Because there is so much truth and lies being flung around, so much collapse, so much chaos. And channeling is how you find your truth. Channeling is how you stay connected to the earth. Channeling is how you see the bigger picture when everything is collapsing. Channeling is a birthright that, honestly, will make your life 1,000,000 times easier. Like, to me, us not learning how to channel as human beings is like us not using our left hand. Life is so much, it could be so much simpler if everybody just channeled. And everybody can. And it will serve your life and path in ways that are beyond measure. It raises your vibration in so many ways, because it makes you, once you know how to channel, you experience levels of love and support and magic that raise you up and out of the stories and dramas. And it is just the best investment and gift that you can give to yourself, and the best way to align, because channeling learning to channel will serve your path, your life, every era of your life, whatever you are going through in your life, you can ask your guides about. And community is not just about community with other humans, even though that is essential. It's about community with the earth, community with spirit. Our collective human role is to be the communicators of this planet, and we do that through channeling. If you think of Pisces, look, everything humans do is about communication. And the most ancient form of our communication, the most ceremonial form, is channeling. And so I really invite you, if you are called, the symbol of the channeling course is a butterfly. And so if you are called, you might start seeing butterflies everywhere. I really invite you to do this course. It is possible to pay in installments. If you want to pay in 4, then you need to book before the end of September, or you can pay in 3. But I really invite you, if you're called, to do this, because it will change your life forever. And again, there is no more magical, joyful, amazing way to raise your vibration than to learn how to channel. And so those are the kind of two major offerings of the Starlight Temple. There is going to be lots of other lovely things. I'm thinking of doing another inner discovery journey, which will be by donation, a fire ceremony. I am just like, do you know what, universe, I'll do whatever you want me to do. However I can help raise people's vibration and keep my vibration high, I'm doing it. And that is what everybody needs to do at this time. And so keep an eye out on the group, keep an eye out. And Starlight, like I said, will have loads of offerings, but our two really kind of most sacred, greatest ones are the Make the Home a Temple and the channeling course this winter. And the card I've pulled for us is Adventures. It's beautiful. It's a jungle card. And so this is the card of the month. And you know, all of this change, all of this stepping up, all of this leadership, it is adventurous. It is about stepping out of the comfort zone of all that the Piscean system was. Something exciting is around the corner. You are entering a new frontier filled with expansive energy. Begin to look at your world in new and different ways. Something you thought was mundane or someone whom you may have overlooked will open the door to new opportunities and a bigger and bolder way of living. Be willing to see the world around you in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency. This card appears when you are ready to move beyond your blinders and take action so life doesn't become stagnant and lackluster. And it can also signify incredible spiritual attunement and spiritual voyages. Come on, guys. Like, we can do this. I'm going to tell you, one of the things I'm doing, for those of you in Brighton, is I'm part of this thing called In Tribe that is basically like we are doing community, and we're going to do it legally around whatever legislation the government sets. So we will meet in circles of 6, but we are doing community. And one of the things we're doing is like every morning on a Tuesday we're having like Rise and Shine, which is like morning in community. And this morning was like a sea swim. And I am so phobic of getting cold. Like, I love swimming, but I hate being cold. And so like the night before, last night, I was like, how do I get out of this sea swim? Like, do I just say I can't make it? do I like, oversleep, miss my alarm? Like, how do I'm so scared of being cold. And then I was looking online and seeing all this craziness going on in the world. And I was like, there's totalitarianism and fascism and all these really scary things happening. And I was like, no, I have to go to that sea swim because we have to start learning how to be courageous because we've got so much to face. And so like this morning I was running in the sea with the rest of the tribe laughing, being like, let's do it for democracy. and that's what I'm saying to you guys, is it's like, do it for democracy. Face your fears, be adventurous, step up, like, boom. No more letting things hold us back. Not our dramas, not our personal stuff, not our stories, not our fears. And yeah, it was awesome. After I screamed for not getting in, it was awesome. And so use October to face as many fears as possible, because we've got to start building up our resources of courage. We've got to start proving our own courage to us, because soon we're going to have to look totalitarianism and fascism and authoritarianism in the eye. And we'll be able to do it if we've proved our courage to ourselves. And we can prove our courage by being in tribe and being in community and living the Aquarian values. And so now for the end of this magic month, the guides are going to do this light frequency activation, and it's all about keeping your vibration high. Closing your eyes, feeling the star council of the light, transmitting sound, light vibrations as sound heat waves through this light chamber into you as you connect to your struggle journey that has been releasing and reordering since 2017. Seeing if you can describe this journey with one word. And focusing on that one word. As we provide the frequency that was missing from your life force vibration, creating this sense of struggle in the self and in the manifestations of the map of your life. And we provide this frequency to each of you individually through light language. Now, ila krei tai rei kai, ilai na tai riki yonotriki iti iti. Yeti riki I laiti. Iti uti ayeti riki. Iti kiriti iti. Yeti riki. And feeling this sense of energy returning to your life force as a heat vibration, we now send white light into the light chamber now and invite you to open your chakric system and receive this light that is sunlight energy from Alcyone, the spiritual son of the ladies. And as you let this sunlight energy into your energy body through your central chakric system, we ask you to imagine, to visualize this light coming into your internal organs, noticing how when the systems of receiving, repairing, digesting and releasing that happen through the organs of the body receive this light. The sense of your body becomes lighter, more spacious, less dense in vibration. We say that you can bring in the light of Alcyone, the light of Sirius, the light of Apollo, your sun. To your organs, simply by opening your chakras and letting your imagination fill your physical organs with sunlight energy. And it is the receiving of sunlight energy that helps your physical body to come into sovereignty. And to integrate the new light voltages that are being sent to Gaia. We say that this is one of many raising your vibration techniques that can be done at this time. But we speak to you now about living high vibrationally. We say it is possible to a degree to raise your vibration through all sorts of practices such as changing diet, meditating, receiving light into your organs, and so on. But your vibration will only be high. In that moment, through that intention and that practice, to live high vibrationally with ease happens when you live in alignment. For when you are aligned, doing what fulfills you in that moment, living for your joy, your truth, then you are plugged in to the pranic heart centers of Gaia and Source. Then your energy body is illuminated and prana is flowing through all of your meridians. When you are aligned, your vibration cannot not be high. Your vibration cannot not be in overflow. When you are aligned, you have all the energy, love, inspiration, flowing through, from, and around you. Everything is provided for you, and you are in connectivity with your multi-dimensional infinite self. When you are not aligned, not living your truth, you will feel tired and drained, and like the light is switched off. And this will become more and more magnified, the difference between being aligned and not aligned. And we say, if you truly want to live high vibrationally, then do whatever it takes to be in alignment. Face whatever fears and doubts and insecurities you have to be living in alignment, in fulfillment, to be having that plugged in, switched on, charged with life. Exactly where you are meant to be, following your joy feeling, and doing this as often as possible, making alignment your conscious choice, because it is the way to be high vibrational without trying. It is the way to be as high vibrational as you possibly can be. And connecting to this light chamber as the guides send an integration light, silver in energetic frequency in. And notice what has shifted, what has changed about you. Taking a moment to notice how that struggle energy, that has been part of your healing journey since 2017, is less inside of you. Noticing how you are feeling. Breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. Feeling the violet flame coming through, transmuting all energy that does not serve or belong into love and light as the light chamber dissolves, feeling a golden rain shower of light, taking any energy that is meant to go to Gaia as an offering to the Great Mother. And feel her offering life force energy back to you. There's a big beam of source light. Light comes in, taking in the energy that's going to go somewhere else. Wherever it is in the highest good for it to go as offering to the stars. And feel the stars offering inspiration to you. Just allowing yourself to breathe in, to receive, to absorb and vibrate with what you needed to hear and really know about from this forecast. Giving your body, the other thing that keeps coming through is that our bodies really need gratitude. So giving your body gratitude, maybe stroking or squeezing your body for all that it is receiving and helping you do in this very amazing time of ascension where two ages are kissing within our bodies, within our DNA, within our hearts, within our perceptions, within our values. Just giving your body thanks for being a temple for all of this. We send your love and gratitude to the Palladians and the Star Council of the Light, those that you are sharing this webinar with now and in the future, to Great Mother Gaia, to Source, to all plants, all animals, all of humankind, and all of mineral, and all of miracle and Gaia, to love, light, matter and mystery, fire, earth, air and water, to Saturn, to Capricorn and to Luna, and to all that are helping and serving the ascension. In this sacred moment, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude, breathing in love and breathing out gratitude. And when you are ready, opening your eyes and coming into the room. And thank you all for all of the amazing comments. I'm loving the yogaing at 6 a.m. and would love to have you on the house clearing course. Thank you, Bansri, for what you're saying about the house. And yeah, it's so lovely. Interesting about the lung and large intestine meridians, and amazing about the really acknowledging like alcohol. Alcohol, I'm just going to say this, is a shadow medicine. So it brings up the shadow, it's the shadow medicine of plants. It actually should be used in ceremony for shadow healing because it's very good at bringing out the shadow. But in a time of detox, it is a very good thing to give up. Because of its nature being a shadow medicine, it can drop your vibration quite low. So I'm going to put up the other links one more time. So that is the link for the course in channeling and connection. that is the link for the free daily guidance of becoming the sun. The Starlight Temple Facebook group, which is going to start on the 1st and go every day in October. And here is the link to the Make Your Home a Temple House Clearing course. So much love and courage and tribe and freedom and limitlessness and connection to you all. Yes, you do need Facebook. I'm sorry, it's free, and you are just, if you want to do it, I just need it to be easy and on Facebook, and I don't want to be downloading it and stuff like that. But yeah, sorry. I hope that I find a platform that's not on Facebook soon that is as easy. With the free stuff, I need it to be not time consuming, because I'm busy holding the two big courses. So much love to you all, so much light, and I hope to see you all very soon. Mwah.